What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Just woke up. Just woke up. Just woke up. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Look, oh man, so much today. We're gonna do a recap. We're gonna do a recap. We're gonna do a recap without doing a recap. I took some notes from earlier, so we're gonna talk about some things. Hold on. What's going on? Just getting up, just waking up. Got my little faithful over here. I guess the early bird catches the worm, and I wasn't early today. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? No intro. I'm actually in New York. It's a lot. Thank you so much, Georgia girl. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm gonna touch on a little bit of everything. You know, some things I won't touch on because some things it's not worth my time. But I do want to say this. I want to thank the ones who wanted to I want to thank the ones who call themselves trying to critique or trying to make fun or whatever they call themselves doing. I thank y'all, you know what I mean? But that let me know that y'all still love it here. Hold on, what? You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about it all. I'm just looking at what y'all saying. I'm gonna talk about it all. See, that's what's. Look, I don't want nobody to be misinformed. I don't want nobody to be misinformed. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the truth. I don't want nobody to be misinformed. I gotta give credit to where credit is always due. Shout out to Hollywood Knicks. You know, Hollywood was doing her thing today. And I will say Hollywood was a voice of reason when the drama broke out, as well as myself and a couple other people. All right, so from when I pulled up, it wasn't a lot of people there. But, you know, towards when it was time to go in, a lot of arguing took place. Factions broke out to arguments and stuff like that. That happened. The marshals came out. But the marshals went and came out, you know. Some folks went and got the marshals the first time. Second time, when the argument broke out, again, it was just loud, so the marshals came out and they were screaming and hollering. The marshals was. But I guess to gain control of the situation. Some people, as y'all know, I'm not calling no names. Some people, you know, they had a system going on. I guess that's the way the system was going. And a lot of misconstrued stuff happened. A lot of misconstrued stuff happened. Some people got in. Some people felt like they were supposed to get in. Some people didn't get in. Well, I've heard people say, oh, Dana wasn't in the courthouse, this and this and this. Let me address that. Nobody, listen what I'm telling you, nobody was in the courthouse. When everybody go in, it's an overflow room. Nobody goes in the courthouse, in the courtroom. Nobody. I'm going to say it again. Nobody goes in the courtroom. Robert don't even know half of the people was there. In the courtroom, you have Ann Donnelly. You have the prosecution. You have the defense. And you have the jurors. And you have the witnesses. Or what you want to call them, the AKA accusers or victims, whatever y'all want to call them. That's in Ann Donnelly's courtroom. The overflow room, you have the family. You have the news and press in another room. And you have supporters. You only have 8 supporters that can go in a day. 8. So when you have people saying, oh, you got everything here, there, no, it's not true. And I'm bringing it down to you. And the way they have it is the family is one place. The supporters is another place. The press is another place. What happened this morning when the first 8 got called? I'm gonna be honest. I was part of the first 8. But when all the hoopla happened, all the commotion happened, it went from 8 to like 30. When the commotion happened in the middle, the news team started shooting and filming. I stepped out the way. I don't want to be in the camera with the negative stuff that was going on. So from that point, it was the 8 that went. Okay. When it got to me, I was told to hold up. Came back. They said they had that 8 for the day. Cool. I went and spoke with the supervisor. I explained to the supervisor what's going on, what happened. The supervisor's like, nah, it shouldn't even rock like that. So his exact words was, that's the last day that happened. Okay? Like I say, they've had a system before I even got here. So from that point, instead of me going in the overflow room, I was able to go and stand in a hallway and still take notes, which I did. I was still able to see a monitor from the hallway. Most people wouldn't have been happy with that. I was. Because at the end of the day, I still got to hear what I needed to hear. I still got to take notes the way I needed to take notes. In the process of taking notes, a lot went down. A lot went down. And when I say a lot, hold on. I was writing so fast. So one of the first things that I want to tackle is Azriel and Alice got caught in like 9,000 lies. 9,000 lies. But before I get into the Azriel and Alice thing, this whole thing about Trevin went in and didn't win, no, Trevin was standing at the front, and they pushed him through, even though it was a blow up, technically between him and Glenda. It was a blow up, but Trevin came out, and Trevin said he didn't feel like he needed to be in there because he wasn't in line. So he gave his position to Dottie, and Dottie went in, which was only right. I was behind Dottie. So with that being said, was Dottie went in, and it was only fair. It wasn't no sweat off my back, because no matter how the information get to me or how I get it, I got it, and nobody can relay it like me. So I don't worry about what the naysayers say. I've come to the conclusion that naysayers going to say whatever they want to say. But until they come to court, then you have something to say or talk about. Other than that, it's just it's just dumbness. You stupid. You feel me? You stupid. So while court TV is relaying biased stuff, I get it. A lot of people don't understand why court TV and why everybody else is relaying biased stuff. Well, they are forced to. I talked to the lady from, I think it was Fox 5 or 5 News in New York, and her opening was, we bring in news from the disgruntled R&B singer R. Kelly. So when she went off, I asked the question. I said, why do y'all call him disgruntled? Why do y'all put a bad name on him? You feel me? Why do y'all put a bad name on him? She said, well, I'm told to do that, and that's how I get paid. That right there let me know it's a problem. So that also let me know that it's coming from, the takedown is coming not just from the so-called people that's there. It's coming from the overhead execs, which lets me know that it's some bull shamboo in the mix. So I told the lady, but I said, I don't think you should do that. And she said, no, that's how I get paid. But if it comes out that he's been telling the truth, then we'll go back to the Grammy Award winner. And I told her, well, I think you should come up with a mix or a medium that y'all can just be straight down the forward line. Let me see if I have that. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I have that clip. See if I have that clip. What are we? Oh.
The R. Kelly federal sex trafficking trial was used today with most of the testimony coming from a young woman in her early 20s who told the court she began a relationship with a persuasive man, when she was just 17, and she's a sex-crime victim. She's considered a sex-crime victim.
Yeah, it's hard to hear because it was like a lot going on out there, and it was just a conversation that I had with the Fox 5 and reporter, and she was breaking down pretty much of why she had to say what she had to say or she would lose her job. All right. So it's hard to hear. So I'm not home. When I get home, I'll save that and I'll replay that. Okay. Also, let's just say this. When we are, and when I say we, I mean people that's rocking for Robert. When we out there talking, or when we out there supporting, or when we out there relaying a message, let's keep and be mindful that there's no need, if we got beef with anybody, there's no need to, display it. And especially in front of news cameras, because what a lot of people don't know is that they was planning on playing that whole debacle this morning. I sat there and begged that camera guy for an hour and a half before I even went back in to scrap it, because it wasn't what depicted as R. Kelly's fans or supporters or friends. Can I let them know that it will tear a hole in the community? And he eventually agreed and said, okay, I won't play it. I won't scrap it. I will scrap it. And I haven't seen it, but it was that bad in front of cameras today. It was that bad. And that was just early in the morning. And they were talking about it. Talk about some key points. The first point I want to talk about is Azriel said that Rob punished her. And when he punished her, he would have nephew sleep with her while he be naked watching. I find that hard to believe. I'm going to tell you why. And I guess the defense team, tore into her today. Toon, what's up, bro? You said, who is Jermon? It was some dude in the chat, but I say he's from Ocov or Jermon, but I might have spelled it wrong. But I'm gonna get to that. That's gonna be part 2 of that. The first point that I want to make is when she said Rob punished her by making nephew sleep with her, and he be there naked. I find that hard to believe, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Robert is very protective of them. I mean, very protective. Okay, Indigo. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I saved this thing. Very protective of screenshots. Did I say the name right? Hold on. Hold on. Y'all making me work, and I just woke back up from my nap. Here it is. Yeah, all of y'all. J-Man, I'm sorry. J-Man 4208. J-Man 4208. That's what I get for trying to remember when I just woke up. J-Man 4208. That's what I'm talking about. But I find it hard to believe because Robert is very, very, very overprotective of Az and Joy, as well as anybody that he's close with. So with that going on, it's like you sitting there saying that he made you sleep with nephew. I just can't see that. I can't. Second key point I want to make is when she said Rob will be naked and filming with an iPad. And he will be directing nephew and Azriel to do certain things like they were on a porno flick. And then she also stated that while Robert be doing that naked, she will be sucking his penis, and Robert will basically be dictating and narrating the video. How? I'm lost. Like, how? I just don't see that. If it happened, then why didn't she say that before? Then she said that everything that she said was practically a lie when she was defending him and all of this and all of that. So a third point was nephew's whole job was to punish Azriel and to be the person that she was having sex with. And she's supposed to have wrote letters saying that she didn't want to have sex with nephew. Well, here's my question. I thought Robert had herpes. And then Azriel allegedly is supposed to have herpes, but nephew don't have it. So how is that possible? I need somebody to explain that. Just like everybody want Robert medical records, how about let's see the medical records of all these people alleging that they got herpes from Robert. Let's see their medical records. That's what I'm saying. Let's see their medical records. Fourth point, Azriel read all the letters in court that she was writing him. And she was writing Rob saying she don't want to be in this, I guess, the relationship. What I put right there? Oh, and then she said Rob was abusive and she don't want nothing. And she was tired of getting whooped and punished. But what nobody's talking about is, and I'm not saying that didn't happen, because I don't know. I've never witnessed it. I've only witnessed him being upstanding to Azriel, Joy, and everybody that he was, dealing with. Only. But I'm going to say this. If that was the case, right? Nobody's talking about when Robert really, or Azriel really told the truth about, hold on. Or when Robert was told the truth, and nobody's talking about when Robert sent Azriel back home and not just Angelo, but Alice sent Azriel right back with another note that was notarized, or another letter that was notarized this time, giving consent and approval for Azriel to be around Robert, and this was around that time. So once again, the letter that we seen surface on YouTube and Facebook and IG, that's just the one letter that Angelo allowed to come out. But what people didn't know, it was 2 more letters after that, which I find odd, because if you haven't talked to your daughters, if you haven't been in your daughter's life, how is it that you and your wife signed a letter and sent her back after Robert sent her home? Can somebody make this make sense? So I understand that a lot of people from Ocov was really relying on Azriel to come through, but right now y'all losing bad. Cause both of y'all key witnesses lied. Or should I say purged themselves. Then you have a mother. As much as y'all drive home that victim stuff, y'all have a mother of a so-called witness who lied and got caught in her stuff. So let's finish. 5, Canick tore, that's defense team lawyer Canick tore Azriel up and Alice and caught them in their 900,000 lies. Alice tried to solicit over 10 business deals to Robert. Over 10 business ventures to Robert. She tried to solicit everything from Robert endorsing dildos that had Robert's voice on them. Robert said no. To her being a chauffeur for Robert. Robert said no. To her having all these other ideas where she can just be around Robert. Robert said no. And then she was trying to get it through Azriel. She was trying to get Azriel to tell Robert, well, my mom can do this, my mom can do that. Robert said no. Okay. And that's pretty much the notes from morning court. They really made her look bad so far. And Azriel really just threw her parents under the bus. Certain things was going on and certain questions came up, and Azriel was like, no, my mama wanted to do that. My mama wanted to do that. My mama wanted to do this. My mama, my dad, my mama. And everybody looking like, so you lied. And it went from, and that Robert made me eat poop stuff, ain't happened. It went from that to Robert made me pee in a cup. Make it make sense. What up, Prima? It went from Robert made me, the elephant in the room. It went from Robert made me eat poop to Robert made me pee in a cup. On top of that, Robert, I'm just going to be honest, and she said, Robert, when he would get mad at me, he will leave me in a room, a suite that had a refrigerator, a kitchen, a stove, and I can come and go as I please, and I can eat whatever I want, and I can order whatever I want. That don't sound like you're a hostage. That don't sound like you had 2 knocks on the door. 2 knocks on the door. Come to the bathroom. That don't sound like 1 knock on the wall. Come look outside. That don't sound like none of that. So my question that no other blogger have asked is, on a federal level, perjury is 5 years for each time you purge yourself. So that means every time you lie and get caught and it's on open record, that's 5 years. So Jermon got purged 3 times. That's 15 years. Nobody's talking about that. Are they going to get them years? Azriel and Alice got purged. Nobody's talking about that. Are they going to get them years? So it makes me sit back and wonder and think, is this what Angelo was talking about when he said, I'm prepared for my daughter to go to jail for 5 years? It's starting to all make sense. So we talked about that morning court and all that stuff, right? And people want to know who nephew is. Nephew is Robert's nephew. Yes, Azriel definitely threw her parents on the bus. She wasn't playing. She was not playing with that. But the conversation have to come up is this. Azriel was considered not to be credible. So was she lying on her parents too? Or was she telling the truth? We can't be biased of, oh, she was only lying about Robert, but telling the truth about her parents. No, we got to look at the whole thing. Was she lying about it all? Just like with Geronda. Was she lying about it all? Yeah, that's what she said. She slept with nephew. That's what she said. But I find it hard to believe because Robert don't let nobody, I don't care who you are, Jesus couldn't even get around as and Joy. So I'm lost. Like, I just can't see that happening. I just can't see that happening. Your claim to fame, the truth said he was too old to be with her is the whole point. Here's what I'm going to say, truth. Nobody can dictate age. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if he's too old to be with her, right? And she was 18, and that came out in court. She was 18. When he found out she was 17 and 8 months, 9 months, he sent her back to Florida. Alice and Angelo sent her back with another note, notarized. Rob paid for her schooling and everything. So I'm lost. No, wifey, listen. I'm telling you what came out in court. I don't give a damn what nobody else said. I don't care what was said on the YouTube stream. I'm telling you what came out in court. I don't care about what people were saying like, oh, this will happen. No, this came out in court. So when he sent Azriel back and Alice and Angelo repackaged it and sent it back, Rob paid for her schooling, her clothes. He made sure she was cool and all of that. I have a question. At that point, since it was said that the first letter that was signed over to Diane wasn't emancipation. I'm not telling nothing biased. If that wasn't emancipation, then the second letter that was sent, was that emancipation? I'm just saying. If I send you your child or your offspring to you, like, nope, I'm not doing this, and you repackage it and send it back with a letter and a notarized statement in the letter and all the signatures, is that emancipation? So when I tell y'all, and when I said once before, Angelo and them emancipate his daughter, Angelo said, oh, you can't say that. But now it all came out in court. Right, bro? That all came out in court. So how am I telling biased stuff? Because I'm about to get into something that a lot of R. Kelly supporters ain't gonna like. I'm about to get into it. Because now I feel some kind of way. Because I feel like I was lied to. When I asked the question, and one thing about me, if I ask the question, just tell me the truth. I will not run with your secret and put it out there. But I'm going to get to that. So, like I said, they repackaged and sent it back. That's how he was able to go to her graduation. Because she was homeschooled at that point. But where was Angelo? He said, my daughter, get the best. I give everything. Yo, now might be a good time to say that, but then it wasn't. And I get it. Every parent is not an upstanding great parent. Parenting don't come with a manual. So if you needed a little help, that's fine. But don't try to cross your help. Don't cut the hand off the person that helped you. In other words, don't bite the hand that fed your daughter and that kept your daughter upstanding and in cool situations. Don't do that. So I was at lunch after this, right? And I do old Hollywood next some chicken wings. I was supposed to have bring her back some chicken wings. I mean, y'all know, y'all seen it play out on a YouTube. Me and Hollywood next didn't really rock with each other, but I have to give credit to where credit is due. When all that stuff was breaking out this morning, Hollywood next jumped in the middle of it and said, "Nah, y'all, let's not do this here." And she was one of the voice of reasons along with myself. So I have to say shout out to Next, and I do owe her some wings, and you know what I mean? Tomorrow is not going to be a good time because I'm leaving early. I got to leave at 12. I'm going to get there early and I'm leaving early. So, help Queen, what's going on? So I'm sitting there at lunch, right? And these are special notes. I'm sitting behind a sketch artist and a reporter. And what caught my attention is, for a chance, I sat by myself at lunch, by myself. And I'm sitting around people who I once mingled with. I sat around and people that I once mingled with, people that I was cool with, I didn't speak to, and they didn't speak to me. And I was okay with it. Because I'm okay with being okay that sometimes relationships don't last. PG was good. PG in the building, Dream Team in the building. I'm okay with being okay with when relationships don't last. I'm fine with that. So as I'm sitting and I'm eating my chicken wings, and let's say this, these are one of the best chicken wings that I've ever had. They were called Korean grilled chicken wings. Oh my God. But the reporter and the sketch artist, their conversation started like this. It's going to be hard for the jury to find Robert guilty. And the sketch artist said, man, none of the witnesses for the government has been credible so far. And then the sketch artist said, Demetrius Smith turned into 4 different people in 2 days. And he ended it with a bang for R. Kelly. I'm sitting there like, let's take notes, Dana. And then the reporter said, yeah, Azriel said that this happened and this happened and this happened. And us as reporters, we put ourselves in the victim's place so that way we can come from a writer's point of view. But she said, I can't even see it coming from a writer's point of view because it just didn't make sense. And then she said, I'm looking at R. Kelly because right for the reporter called him R. Kelly. I'm looking at R. Kelly's face. And he's just sitting up there like, wow. Another thing they talked about is when the judge asked Azriel, do you see R. Kelly in the courtroom? And she said no, but was looking right at him. So they said that he made a gesture like, stop lying, here I go. I found that kind of striking too. But then also, I want to say the government wants people to believe that he's already guilty because that's how their rate is so high. And they wanted him to take a plea deal. And that's what they do. Just like I've learned that the government don't have no love for nobody. Not even people that they bring in as their own witnesses to be credible. The government don't have no love for nobody. If you don't do what they want you to do, trust and believe. They don't have no love for nobody. So those are my notes that I wanted to get to. So while I have everybody here, I need to understand something. And I'll break this down. Nisimo wasn't around Robert. So Az wasn't calling her out. What is her? Angela? What's her name? Angela? Miss Grant. The one that's modding for everybody. She was called out as being a true stalker. But I'm having a hard time with something. And I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be facetious. I'm going to say this. And I mean when I say this. Lily, why must you lie to me? That's all I want to know. To understand, and y'all would have to be at court to understand the dynamic that Azriel spoke with. When it first came out about the I Eat Booty click, I said, oh, okay. When it was first brought to me that that's what was said on my 26-hour phone call that I fell asleep on, that I didn't record, I took it with a grain of salt. Because when it was told to me, I went to the person that they said it. And she told me, no, Dana, I never said that. They all lied. I get sent the audio. That Lily has confirmed that she ate booty, but it was with her sexual partner. I said, okay, you're in a gay relationship. That's what happens. But what bothers me is to be at court and to hear Azriel say, this lady assaulted her coming out the shower and ate her groceries. And Robert didn't know. And then say, well, Robert might have been there. I'm lost. One account you can lie to me on. It's none of my business. 2 accounts you can lie to me on. Shame on you. But when you have a person that's in open court detailing every time that you touched her, I have a problem. And to this day, I never disrespected Lily, and I never will. I'm just going to say this. Please get the help you need, because this is crazy. This is beyond crazy. And what makes me have to lean more on that is it came out about you doing that a year before this happened. And it came out from people who don't talk to each other, who don't like each other. And you want to know what the account was? Well, Dana, you talk to a lot. You got it on your platform. You should know. You're responsible for that information. Well, let's break this down. I am not responsible for none of that. Just like it came out, Robert didn't know none of that was going on because nobody said nothing. So with that being said, I don't have nothing against Lee. This is stuff that you got to explain to Robert. This stuff you got to explain to the federal government. I just don't understand it. Me, I don't want to understand none of that. I don't want to understand because all this is beyond crazy to me. I'm going to be honest with you. All this was crazy to me, and I'm going to say this. I know Ocov is the opposite side, and they believe in what they believe in. But right now, y'all batting a -50. And the defense team is batting a perfect 1,000. Y'all have struck out every single time. And now, the doctor that came out and said he treated Robert for herpes symptoms, his license about to get pulled. Because now the people want to know, and when I say the people, not none of us, but the people that oversee the board of license and stuff, why was you prescribing medicine to this man and not getting paid? If this man had insurance, why wasn't you putting it in? But in lieu, you were getting concert tickets, pictures, and stuff. It's not making sense. You've been a doctor for over 20 years and you ready to throw it all away? And you didn't take no type of record? I just need you to sit back and think about that. Even the slow of the slow. And for the record, once again, as of today, there has been no credible videotape. I told y'all once before, if chain of custody has been broken, they not going to bring that in there. They not going to bring that in there. Because the person that can bring it in there is the person that won't leave out of there. They'll leave that courtroom, but they're going to leave with some new hardware. So ain't nobody trying to bring nothing like that. I did get to see the evidence caught. And I'm sitting back looking like, y'all going through all this. But so far, that cut has been nothing but lies. And I didn't see no videos, no video casings on that cut. On the bottom cut, I'm going to tell you what it looked like. On the bottom cut, it was nothing but black binder folders. Binder notebooks. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Had one on top here, one on top there. So 6, 7. So it was 7 binder notebooks, big binder notebooks. And I would assume it had notes and pictures. Then they had boxes on top, sealed boxes. I don't remember how many sealed boxes it was. But the guy pushes the card out at different times. And I understand why they do it. That's why I won't regurgitate the times, because you can easily have somebody set this guy up. And I don't want it to come back that my channel is giving out times and not like that. I don't want to do that. So they pushes the cart up the hill to the federal building, and then they pushes it down the hill to where they keep it stored at. I just don't understand. And when people will be like, "Oh, it's videos coming, it's this, it's that." One thing for sure, two things for certain. If you're in a federal war, or if you're in a war period, and if you got, I'm gonna break it down to you like this in layman terms. Yo, can I get 10 more likes real quick, please? 10 more likes. That's all I need is 10 more likes. I'm gonna break this down in layman's terms. If y'all know how to play spades, let's do it like this. If you can run a Boston on your opponent, and you know you have the card play to do it, you're not going to play around and allow your opponent to get books, are you? No. You run that Boston back to back. If they had video, they would have ran that first. I'm going to tell you why I say that. They came out talking like he's a pedophile. He's this, he's that. Well, when you come out swinging with Mike Tyson haymakers, you got to be able to enforce that. If not, you're going to look like Mike Tyson round 5 at the Buster Douglas fight. That's what you're going to look like. Here's my thing. You don't just sit back and hold your trump cards. Not when you can play it out front and kill the whole case. That's one thing about war. Even if you had semi-trump, you play them first. And then hold your trumps. But I'm listening to reporters say, we were looking for video. And then the sketch artist said, girl, they said they don't got none. I'm listening to these people. I'm sitting right behind them. And me, I'm eating my chicken wings and doing this. I'm eating my chicken wings and doing this. So let's keep it a buck. Lily have to answer to what she have done. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't have nobody else involved in this case on any platform because the government is not playing. And the last thing I would want to hear is you're tampering with a case. I heard that a lot today. A lot. And I'm sitting back like, how, not me, but how is it tampering if they just willingly going on platforms? I understood that I was told that the parents wasn't supposed to have platforms. So here we go again. A lot of stuff that's not supposed to have happened has happened. Is that me saying that people going to jail? I'm not saying none of that. Only thing I'm saying is this case is interesting. And the first three, I'm back it up. The first 5 whom they thought they had turned out to be duds. You let Johnny, a.k.a. Demetrius Smith, turn into R. Kelly on the witness stand from the Boondocks. You let that man sing, I Believe I Can Fly. You let that man tell you he don't understand certain stuff. He's 65 years old. You let that man run a mockery in the courtroom. And he laughed about it the whole time. This Sugar honey iced tea is getting weirder by the day. I said it once and I said it again. And I hate to keep beating this down, but I'm going to beat it down. I said, hey, Mama Mary, how you doing? I said, Don Russell was sent in to fulfill the RICO Act. And he's using YouTube people to solidify it. People told me I didn't know what I'm talking about. Go back and look at Don Russell's case now. 2 of the major charges was now shifted over to Robert. Make it make sense. You can't shift something if you're not working for the people. Make it make sense. And now they're saying we can't wait for Robert's 3 friends to testify. And I'm looking, and they said the one that blew up the car, the one that did the robbery, and the one that did the bomb threat. I can't wait for that neither. I can't wait for that neither. Because when that day happens, I know YouTube is going to be quiet. But I'm going to be louder than a mug. They are anticipating Don Russell taking the stand. They anticipating Richard Arline taking the stand. They anticipating Michael Williams taking the stand. I'm going to take it a step further. Will we see Cash taking a stand? But I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to say this. Do anybody find it funny that when Cash Jones hated Don Russell, she came to my platform and outed Don Russell? She went to Phases and outed Don Russell. The minute she didn't get what she wanted from Angelo, she went to Bedbugs channel and outed Angelo. And then it's been an onslaught of outing Angelo. You can't play a double agent and get caught on both sides. That's called espionage. That means you get punished by death. So will we see a Cash Jones sighting? Things that make you go, Now, I'm going to end this by saying this. Dream Team, we all we got. Saturday, we will be doing a tribute to Lanai. We will be doing a tribute to Lanai. She lost her life after getting a Pfizer shot. And it clogged her lungs. So we're going to pray. Ralph Phoenix said Cash is definitely in New York. I can't confirm that. I haven't seen her. I'm definitely in New York. I'm definitely in New York. And the hotel where they put all of their witnesses at, I'm 3 blocks away. And I go past there a lot. Haven't seen her. Kimberly, that's true. Roshana is not on this case. So whoever keeps saying that, you are a liar. I'ma say this and I'm gonna leave it here. All the other distractions, if you for Robert Sylvester Kelly, leave the distractions out of it. I heard what was said about me. Just for the record, MC Outlaw said Dana is there. Someone from where? Wifey said we know she not on this case. Wifey forever from Ocov. I love her a lot. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because she was one of the main people driving. Adrielle gonna testify. Adrielle, I said, no, she not. No, she not. But wifey, I need you to go get a certain person for me. Where is Lady LaFleur at? LaFleur, what's her name? LaFleur. Where is Lady LaFleur at? That's who I need to see. So the next time I go live, please, I need to summons her. I don't need her to take a sabbatical at this time. Because she swore me down that Rashona was on this case. I told everybody nope. And when the federal government threatened to take her baby, she went and got a lawyer and they went public with it. Now it's starting to make sense to me. I think they struck a deal with the government like, we will leave you alone if you pull. If you the Landfair family, if y'all pull that press conference about y'all suing the federal government, we need y'all to pull that and we'll leave you alone because now we know you're serious. That's what I believe happened. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's what I believe happened. Because you don't hear nothing about that no more. Truth, you're right. It's 3 weeks left. Anything is possible. Y'all can come back and hit 4 grand slams. But as to see who y'all got coming up, I doubt it. I doubt it. Faith is going to get rocked. I'm going to tell you that now. Faith is going to get rocked. I mean, look, and I'm not saying it because I rocked for Robert. I'm saying it like this. When you are proven to be non-credible in federal court, you can't go to no other jurisdiction other than Supreme Court. And Supreme Court look at all the transcripts from every jurisdiction that you ever been in. Which makes it make sense. Alice and Azriel, they can't go to another court and say Robert did anything. Because they're going to pull the transcript from here. This stuff is nothing to play with. And I will stand on the grounds that I came in fighting with. And I said they was looking for payouts. They didn't believe it was going to get like this. They didn't believe it was going to get this far. Also, on a process, I will say this. Ocov and Team Truth, they got to win today. Everybody like, ho, huh? They got to win today. Their lawyer case came up as a mistrial today. Michael Avenatti, California case turned out to be a mistrial. So they got to win today. So instead of Michael Avenatti getting 9,100 trillion years, he only got to do the 9 months. And most of that was time served already that he did sitting in his kitchen. Ocov is not involved with TT. Who is TT? Faith is testifying she had to. Yep. Ocov is, I don't know who TT is. Dana, I don't care what the hell with Elon's name. That's facts. Doris Lane said they all should be ashamed of themselves and get those cuffs on their wrist. Here's my question. Ocov, and I need y'all to answer this for me. For the people that purge themselves, why is it not being talked about them getting jail time? Because under the federal law mandate, they are supposed to go to jail for 5 years every time they get purged, or no, every time they purge themselves. And if you got to do 85% of that, that's 13 and a half years. So why is it nobody being talked? Why is nobody talking about that? My question is, why isn't Jermon Pace being handcuffed coming out of the court? LaShonda McDowell, I need you to have several seats in the corner. No, she haven't. Stop. Let that lie. Let that lie. It's over with. And Rashonda Landfair have not testified. And she said she will not be a part of it. Stop. The truth said that's not the issue in this case. No. No. And the truth, y'all seem like the federal government right now. Y'all can't bounce jurisdiction. They were teenagers. No. Just like Ann Donnelly said. Ain't that y'all aunt? Ain't Ann Donnelly y'all aunt? Oh, I'm sorry, LaShonda. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Didn't y'all say Ann Donnelly is y'all aunt? So if Ann Donnelly is y'all aunt, tell Ann Donnelly to answer this. And this came from Ann Donnelly's voice. Once you present yourself as being an adult and have proper ID proving that you're an adult, you cannot waver back as a kid. That's what Auntie Ann said. Once you present yourself as adult and you show proper documentation as adult, you cannot revolt yourself back to a kid. That came from your Auntie Ann. So, since Auntie Ann, y'all auntie, and since we batting 1,000, Auntie Ann, our auntie too. Mm-hmm. That's our auntie from the white side, on the black side, on the black brother side. Mm-hmm. But I need to know, because y'all trying to swerve. Oh, that's not about this case. When you lie on federal stand, why you're not handcuffed? If Robert got up there and lied, y'all will want Robert to be handcuffed and escorted out, right? So we want the same thing now. Why can't Faith? Why can't Alice? Why can't Geronda? Why can't they all be escorted out for lying? It's only fair. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. The truth said, because you're not the law. You know what? I love it, truth. Because you only being honest. You, Indigo, Wifey, Atmos, Tune, y'all will be the ones that come over and tell the truth. I will say that. Rob ain't gonna get up out there. I'm gonna say this too. I beg to differ. Rob will be home very sooner than what y'all think. You know what? DJ Amazing. It's not sad, bro. It's not sad. Because here's my thing. We talking about Robert, right? It's been proven that the Aaliyah situation was a lie. So y'all can't claim that. He did not have sex with Aaliyah. She was not pregnant. They were not in a relationship. That's been proven to be a lie. I mean, that's been proven that Robert did not do none of those things. Okay. The so-called witnesses have all been crossed over by sham God. The defense team weighing them out. Okay. Where I'm about to go. Since Angelo has provided 98% of the stuff that Larry was talking about, I have a question. It's only right that Robert have a chance to face his accuser. Why can't Angelo take the stand? He's put it out there. Why can't you take the stand about it? That's only fair. One thing I won't do is sit back and be like, oh, I'm not bashing nobody. I'm just saying what's fair is fair, and things need to be fair all the way around the board. Make this fair. DJ Amazing says, she's right. You're not the law. You have to wait and see how things play out. Wait. But y'all didn't have that energy when it came to Robert. Y'all wasn't waiting to see how things played out. And me and you had this conversation, DJ Amazing. Y'all said he was a pedophile. Y'all ran with it. Right, Willie? I'm with it. So why all of a sudden now y'all want to make statements like, oh, you're not the law. But was y'all the law? And I'm gonna say this because let's keep it a buck. Y'all on that side that cost that man 2 years of his life. Just like Mary J said, 2 lonely years I gave my life. Yo, here's the thing. And then on top of that, they ain't even finished. They ain't even finished with Azriel. Tomorrow it's gonna get worse. So I just want to know why y'all didn't have that same. Where's this energy? Why is this energy? How is this energy? What in the world about this energy? No, I need Ocov to have that energy. This is not what I'm used to. I'm not used to seeing Ocov like, yo, y'all hoping on loopholes, not truth. No, we standing on all truth, too. It don't get no better than what's coming out in court. Tune, I'm gonna ask you this question, bro. Real talk. If I'm on the stand, and it's gonna tell me everything. If I'm on the stand, right, and I suppose I did all this hellacious shit, right, and the female and her mama gets up there and it's proven that she done told 9,000 lies. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit back and say, oh, yeah, but they still saying I'm guilty? No. But I understand it's a hard pill so far to swallow for a lot of you guys. But hey, it's something that we all got to swallow. I don't see tears in here. So why I keep saying people post tears strong? Like, what's going on? Oh, hold on. Look, I got to take this call. I'm going to end this live. I'll be back.